That was not as satisfying of a crack as I thought it was going to be, but we are back at the Candlewood, cracking open a cold one. We're rooming by ourselves, boys, so let's get freaky. No, this is not the announcement of my OnlyFans. This is just episode 157 of Hoagies and Pierogis. We'll go over the start of the NBA Finals. We got some football news, some long-awaited football news, and some historic Pirates news. They're doing pretty well, everybody. We're sticking with them. Let's get right into this. Like I said, episode 157 of HN'P. Let's go. Oh yeah, and I failed to mention the fact that I shaved my mustache for the first time in almost 2 years. Surprise! Recorded in central Pennsylvania in front of a live studio audience with your host Ian DiCarlo, this is Hoagies and Pierogis. All right, this week has been hectic. I'm being taken all over the place. Can't drive for reasons. So, yeah, I've just been all over the place. It's been crazy. I don't even know where to start. I just got back to the hotel at 5 o'clock because we're staying 2 hours away from the hotel, which is even further away than my own house from the job site. So, yeah, a little bit pissed off about that. It was also hectic because on Monday I thought that I could keep up like I normally could out of town, but yeah, the Miller Lite pounder cans, the ones with the twist off top, will get you. And at 3:52, woke up puking on the way to work. Puking. It was bad, but we're good. Obviously, the first thing that we have to go over sports-wise is game 1 of the NBA Finals. Holy fucking Halliburton. No way in hell. That was a crazy shot. He got it off when they got the ball with under 10 seconds. How? 111 to 110 with 0.3 seconds left on the clock. I couldn't believe it. The Thunder wanted to pull away so bad, but it seemed like they would always hit a 10-point lead and just let the Pacers hang around. It was awful. It also didn't help that the Thunder were just chucking up threes on their last 3 or 4 possessions, maybe even 5, that led to the Pacers coming back. This is probably the worst shooting game that I've seen from the Thunder in this playoffs. They didn't make over 40% of their field goal attempts or three-point tries. So just all around shooting bad. The Pacers out-rebounded the Thunder 56 to 39, with the big disparity coming from defensive rebounds, 43 to 29. Now, that was partially because the Thunder were missing so many shots, but mainly because the Pacers had an insane amount of fight in them and didn't get discouraged by calls that weren't going their way, and it seemed like there were a lot of them. Teams were 0-182 when trailing by 9+ points with 3 minutes left in the finals. Of course, the Pacers were going to be the ones to put that win into the column. The Pacers took one away from the Thunder in game 1 at their own home stadium. Could not believe it. Now, game 2, that's more like it from the Thunder. They took game 2, 123 to 107, and had a pretty steady lead after the second quarter started. I think it hit 90% like 4 minutes into the second quarter, their win percentage. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch much of this one because I passed out on Sunday pretty early in preparation for coming out of town on Monday. So game 3 is tonight. I am recording this on Wednesday like an idiot. So I don't think I'll be able to add that one in here. But what is Hallie wearing before game 3? This is the real Slenderman, not Victor Wembanyama. So the Pacers are back home now, and we're more than happy to come back with the series even, I'd say. This is shaping up to be a good one if the Pacers win tonight. Game 1 was easily in the top 3 NBA games I've ever watched. I can't stop thinking about that 0.3 seconds being the only point in the game in which the Pacers led. I could not believe that. That was an insane shot that Hallie took. What the fuck? Well, here we are adding in game 3. After the first quarter, this felt a lot like game 1. I said at this point, if the Pacers come back at the start of the second quarter, I think they can do some damage. If the Thunder maintain a 10-point lead, this might be more like game 2. It was 32 to 24 Thunder after the first quarter. But they have come all the way back, the Pacers did, and fast. It was 37 to 36 Pacers. 3 minutes into the second quarter, the Pacers were intercepting so many passes, and I believe the Thunder ended up with 20 turnovers in this game. They were letting them play in this one, and I don't think the Thunder liked that after getting calls all year long. But the Pacers did way more than keep it close going into halftime. It was 64-60 at that point. And then the Thunder came back a little bit. They made it an even better game. It was 89-84 Thunder after 3, and you thought, oh shit. At that point, I was like, is this the best back and forth game I've ever watched? And it might have been until the end when the Pacers took control and Obi top and hit him with the dunk to make it 107-100 Pacers. And there was 3 minutes and 34 seconds left. I mean, it was really just the momentum was just too much for the Thunder. It was 101-100 Pacers, and they just never looked back. The Pacers lead the series after last night, 2-1. So, like I said, this was like probably the best back and forth game I've ever watched. After the first quarter, the score was tied 36-36, 39-39, 42-42, 51-51, 53-53, 55-55, 64-64, 68-68, 70-70, 76-76, 79-79, 81-81, 83-83, 95-95, and 98-98. 15 times the score was tied through the last 3 quarters, and it definitely felt like more. Maybe I should say the last 2.5 quarters. All right, for the NHL, the Stanley Cup is going on right now. And I'm also going to be honest with you, still not watching the Stanley Cup. The Oilers won an exhausting game in overtime for Game 1, 4-3, but then have lost the past 2 games and are now down 1-2 in the series to the Panthers. Game 4 is... I wonder when Game 4 is. Let's see if the internet will be fast enough for me to do literally anything. I clicked scores and it's taken forever to show up. Thursday night. Yeah, Game 4 is Thursday night, so we'll be able to watch that if possible. But I really haven't been. And to be honest, really don't care. I would have cared if the Oilers were winning these games, but they're not. So let's just move on to baseball. Let's go around the league first. The Diamondbacks have to be the most entertaining 500 team ever. They came back from down 10-4 in the 9th inning to win the game 11-10 in regulation against the Braves. Side note, is that what you call the part of the game that doesn't go into extras? I have literally never thought about that before. Calling 9 innings regulation just doesn't seem right. And it was funny, Chipper Jones tweeted, "Today is a good day. 9-3 good guys," and not even 45 minutes later that happened, the Diamondbacks coming back. You know that's going to be an extreme moment in MLB The Show this year. That's going to be awful. They better put that on veteran. Holy shit. Yeah, scoring 7 runs in the 9th inning would not be fun. And then I swear to God, this has to be one of the best catches that I've ever seen. Denzel Clark? What? How? Did not even hurt himself coming down. Usually when these catches are made, they slam into the wall so hard that they come down and they're like, ugh. But Curry got right up somehow, took his momentum, and just put himself right back on the field. No injury whatsoever. Did not have to be examined at all. He just swooped that thing from over the fence. It was a 10-foot fence, I think. And I don't know if it was 10 feet. Don't take my word for that. But it was definitely way taller than he was. If not the best catch I've ever seen. 100% top 3. So unfortunately for me, we're in Lehigh Valley. Roman Anthony was called up by the Red Sox on Monday. And you're probably like, what? You're in Lehigh Valley, not Worcester. Well, Worcester was playing the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. And on Tuesday, they were going up against Andrew Painter. So if Roman Anthony wasn't called up, I would have gone to the game on Tuesday and gone to see Roman Anthony against Andrew Painter, and that would have been a great matchup. Probably would have sat in the outfield as far as I could so I could catch a Roman Anthony home run. Hitting 500-foot bombs in the minor leagues. That's insane. But yeah, I need to go to a live baseball game. I cannot drive for reasons. And holy shit, the Pirates actually won Game 1 of a series. I could not believe it. They walked off the Phillies 5-4 last Friday. And even more of a holy shit, they swept them, winning Game 2 and 3 2-1. IKF had a perfect bunt to set up the walk-off sac fly, in which on the sac fly, it was pretty funny because the social team did not show the ball being caught, so that you thought it was like just a hit online, like if you weren't paying attention to the game. No, we can't win on home runs or walk-off hits. We need sac flies to win. So, yeah, it was a Skeens start on Sunday, and the combo of Skeens and Ashcraft got the job done. And that might be the way to go moving forward. Even if Skeens goes 6 innings, just throw Ashcraft out there for the rest of the game. He doesn't have the stuff that misses bats. He had 0 strikeouts in his 1.1 innings pitched on Sunday. But I think this kid knows how to pitch, like actually pitch. Yeah, they swept the Phillies. I could not believe it. And then they put up 10 runs against the Marlins on Monday night, and the Buccos found themselves on a 4-game win streak. Everyone in the lineup had a hit in that game against the Marlins, and it was the first time, I think in like 2 or 3 years, that it happened. Well, on Tuesday, that winning streak was broken with a 2-1 loss to the Marlins. And you're probably wondering why I didn't mention Skeens getting a no decision. Well, I'm going to mention it now. Skeens leads the league in quality starts with 11, and Mitch Keller is right behind him, tied for second with 10. They have a combined 5-15 record. Mitch Keller is 1-9. You would think his ERA would have been like 7 with a 1-9 record. He has a 4.13 ERA with, I think, a 3.15 FIP. Fielding independent pitching, which I tried to explain in the Red Sox series, and it was just went to shit. But I cannot believe how little run support these guys are getting in their starts, especially Keller. I did not realize he was 1-9 until I looked it up on Tuesday. It is a travesty. 5-15 combined record, 22 quality starts. That's stupid. But on Wednesday, the offense got back on track, and they won the series against the Marlins 2-1, and they won that game 5-2. It's all about stacking series wins, and winning 5 out of the 6 games since last week is a very, very nice feeling, I will admit. McCutchen also passed Roberto Clemente for 3rd on the Pirates' all-time home run list with 241, and that's his 325th home run overall, which is pretty damn impressive. I saw that he was most like Kirby Puckett in the B-ball reference like comparisons, so he's moving up the chart a little bit to get a real Hall of Fame consideration. Let's hope he does better than Puckett on and off the field, though. The Pirates have the Cubs up next, who I believe still lead the NL Central. Yeah, by 5 games. They're 5 games ahead of the Cardinals. Pirates are sitting 13.5 back from the Cubbies. Not good. But it's getting better. What is it? 16-15 with Donnie Kelly as the manager? Yeah, this move should have been made before the season started. Derek Shelton should have been gone at the end of last year. And I still don't believe in Charrington because this offense does need to get better. And he should get aggressive with some call-ups, but I just know he's not going to because Nutting doesn't want to pay these guys. Never wants to pay. So cheap. Bob Nutting, spend nutting, win nutting. Spend nutting, win nutting. I don't know why I went into a Trump impression there. It was very bad, too. Let's go into the NFL here. No college football. Okay, so there it is. Finally. Aaron Rodgers will indeed play for the Steelers after signing last Thursday night, or at least signed on Friday, agreed to principles on Thursday night. Now, the biggest question now is, who the hell did he get married to? Come on. Was it that chick in the documentary that he was just like saying, yeah, I can do any math in my head. I can solve any equation. Or it was some bullshit like that. Some very uninteresting thing. It was like he was trying to flex on him and they were like, wow, tell me more. I wonder if it was one of those chicks. It probably was. I definitely think that the Steelers will be better off with him than without him, though. They have to be. They could not go out there and seriously try to compete with Mason Rudolph as their quarterback. And whoever else they signed as their backups, I don't even know. It doesn't matter anymore because Rodgers is there, and now Mason Rudolph is his backup. So that's all that matters for the Steelers. So staying in the AFC North, dude, what are the Bengals doing? What do we like to say? The Bengals will bangle. The Bungles will bungle, I should say. What is this Shamar Stewart situation. They just aren't guaranteeing him his money if, like, okay, so this is from the article itself. As previously explained, the Bengals have decided to wedge a new clause into Stewart's deal. The clause would turn a default in any given year into a void of all remaining guarantees. In prior Bengals contracts, a void wiped out only the guarantees for the year in which the default occurred. Stewart refuses to be the guinea pig for the new term, and the Bengals refuse to blink. As a result, Stewart will be less prepared for training camp than he would have been. That is awful. What are they trying to do with him? I don't know why they're trying to swindle every single one of their players. Like, this is just a complete organizational disaster, and it has been for a long time, apparently. Like, are they getting burned so bad by Trey Hendrickson they don't want this to happen again? That's my only thought as to why they're even doing this. Shamar Stewart said,
I've been doing this for mostly my whole life, and then all of a sudden it's gone over something very simple to fix. It's kind of disappointing.
Have they given you any answers as to why they're choosing this year and you to set a new precedent?
If I really wanted to say, yeah, I can't say what I really want to say, but it's their contract. They can do what they want with it. I thought I'd be on the field by now. That's what I thought. We all agree Trey will be right? But technically he's still 1% wrong for being under contract. So in my case, I'm 100% right, so it should be a no-brainer. And in Trey's case, I think it should be a no-brainer too. I mean, he led 17.5 sacks for 2 years back-to-back. If I was the GM or I was the owner, take all my money. But I guess they don't operate like that. But
duh, this is the most no-brainer move. The cap got increased so much. Why does it even matter, Bengals? You're set on offense for the next at least 4 years. On defense, you have nothing. Other teams are signing away your scraps that you released for no reason. You're going to have no rotations on these lines, and you're going to get shredded and give up 40 points a game. Who cares if you can put up 40 when you give up 40? What are they doing? I am just baffled by the Bengals. In what world do they think that this is a good idea? Burning all of their players. I mean, yeah, I would be afraid he would bust too with 4.5 career sacks in college. But you took him, give him the same goddamn guaranteed deal that every single other player before him got. And today, Thursday, he ended up leaving training camp. So he just left without signing a deal, Shamar Stewart. I cannot believe what is happening with the Bengals. What the fuck is going on? Why would you void this guaranteed money for rookies? But it's not even that much. I don't know. It's like, what, $4 million, just over $4 million per year? Come on. Okay. Training camp's going on. Well, mini training camp. So Gonzo looks good. We're going over the Patriots now, so if you want to tune out, go ahead. But yeah, Christian Gonzalez looks great. May has had his moments. I still... People want to ignore his turnovers so bad, but that's just the player he is. Like, Josh Allen was frustrating his first few years too. It's going to take a while for May to figure things out. He's probably going to have like 15 interceptions, I think I said. I'm guessing between 30 touchdowns and 15 interceptions, something like that. The good, obviously, in that situation outweighs the bad, but the bad is going to happen. We just know it's going to happen. But Kyle Williams looks good. He's making Pop Douglas look slow, even though he did get a head start on him on that drill. Stephon Diggs showed up, and we still don't know for sure what's in the bag, and we probably never will. But on this Diggs situation, now he's making it a little bit more lighthearted. He posted a reel on his Instagram story of just some lady making strawberry brownies and pouring the pink baking mix out of the box. I'm glad he's having fun with it. And then Keon White is about as blunt as it gets.
And how helpful are those early periods? Because I see like you, Harold, and all the kind of veteran guys working your moves. How helpful is it to be able to get those in before you actually get on the field?
It's pretty good. Like, so it's helpful for me because it slows it down for me a little bit. And it trains me, like he's doing a good job of saying, like, this is what you need to think of, this is your thought process. And that's sometimes I don't think I had before. And what I was missing.
So did it feel like you were maybe going on prior experience, or maybe were you just like overthinking, or how exactly?
I'm training myself. Now I feel like I have a coach.
Now I feel like I have a coach. White said after Tuesday's minicamp session. Now I feel like I have a coach. That is the most damning thing that you can say about your former coach. I like Mike. He leads with work. I can respect that. Oh my God. It's similar to Bill, just with a younger face. I think we all know how I feel about that. I liked him, so it's comforting to know that you have a hard ass at the helm who will not be afraid to fist fight with you in a back alley.
How's it been with Vrabel, an old teammate of mine? How's he helping you get better at your job?
I like him because he's a hard ass. So like, I really don't like a buddy, everybody's kumbaya and coach.
Okay.
And so he's like, the first thing is work. And if we get off the work, like if we lead with work, then everything else will take care of itself.
Okay. And you're not afraid of that?
Yeah, nah, I respect that.
Keon White, I fucking love you, and you are going to thrive in this Vrabel system. Who is it on the Titans that people wanted us to trade for? Arden Key? Keon White is going to be our Arden Key this year. Book it. I haven't been making many predictions, but this will be Keon White's breakout year. Anyone else? It doesn't matter. As long as I am right, that is all I'll care about. Last Patriots thing for this week, the Tom Brady statue will officially be unveiled before the preseason game on August 8th. I don't know how tall the statue is, but if it's not 12 foot high, that's a disappointment. And it better be more like Joe Mauer than Cristiano Ronaldo. That would be a travesty. I don't think Robert Kraft would let that happen, though. Okay, do we have anything else? I think that's it. Kind of a short one. I didn't really know how much I was going to be able to get in today since we did get back to the hotel at 5. So it's 6:22 now. Should I add more? Tell you what, I might wait until Friday to upload this to get Game 3 of the NBA Finals in and to have more editing time because I know I'm not going to be back at the hotel at 5 o'clock tomorrow. No way in hell. There's no chance that's happening. We're going to be 20 minutes away from the hotel instead of 2 hours. So that works out. Alrighty, everybody. I believe that is it. Make sure to leave a like and comment on each video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hoagies and Pierogis is available on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram for clips throughout the week. And we didn't do this. Was this last week or the week before? I'm sorry. We'll leave you with this. Punch. Recorded in central Pennsylvania in front of a live studio audience with your host, Ian DiCarlo. This is Hoagies and Pierogis.